Even in my surrounding, nobody was speaking English. Whenever I uttered any single word of English, I was mocked at. If you want to have good physique, you don't hire somebody for your own push-ups. You need to throw air above your tongue. So that is
Tongue.
say,
Yes.
sit. So what is in the
That's
cards?
it.
What is in the cards?
Okay, so the very first thing, how to learn English without spending much time or so many days or so many months. It's just a thing that everyone wants to learn English in no time. So is it possible? Because these days there are so many things that are actually kind of eyewash, no? Learn English in 18 days or 21 days or kind of. So do you think, is it possible?
I don't buy these tall claims that people make when they say that within 30 days or within a month you would be able to speak
Hmm.
like native speakers.
Right.
So this is something that I refrain myself from, like away from.
Hmm.
So I must say that yes, you can learn English by paying considerable amount of time by listening to others and talking to them, as that like same thing we happened in our childhood. So we did
Hmm.
this kind of thing when we were kids. We used to listen to the people and we used to imitate that, whatever the vocabulary that we gathered from different sources, and by listening to others. So we put those things into practice, and that's what we can do now. And
Hmm.
once you attain a certain maturity, then it becomes quite easy. But honestly speaking, if you want to be correct and you want the other person to appreciate and you want to put your message across in a very nice and like grammatically correct manner, so then grammar lessons are must.
Yes. And I think it depends on the level you are beginning with. If you know the basic concepts of grammar, so I think you are good to go, good
Yeah,
to follow the rest of things like idioms, phrases, or vocabulary. But
yeah,
if
everything
you,
follows. Yes,
but if you just want to start from the scratch,
yes,
then it is, of course, it is going to take time.
yes.
So,
Rome, as we always say, that Rome wasn't built in a day. So same as with
yes.
English, it takes time. It is
Mm,
like sometime it is quite like we feel like that why things are not happening the way that we want them
mm,
to happen, because it takes time. Language is a slow learning process. You have to have a
yes.
lot of patience, because if you want to get mastery, so honestly speaking, I'm also in the queue of getting mastery. I don't simply call myself a
Mm,
master. So we all have to simply act like we are students, because life is all about a brilliant teacher. We should learn something from life by
mm,
talking to different people, and we come across people, those who are better like than us, or those who are the better version of our future entities that we would become. So it takes time. I can't simply put everything in a like a compiled manner that within 3 months or
mm.
within 2 months. It varies from one person to the other. It takes time.
Yes, exactly, exactly. And I won't say that sometimes, most of the time, we just get, we feel like giving up. Nahi ho raha hai. Leave
Yes,
it,
yes.
no? So, how to overcome this feeling?
You don't have to leave your ghost by simply saying that nahi ho raha hai. It takes time. Like you should motivate yourself, or you should find
Mm,
ways, because you need to ask yourself a question. If you really wanted to quit, then why did you start?
yeah.
So when we ask questions like this, then we definitely get some ways, or things will
Mm,
definitely fall in your way. But you need to be a bit more patient, because as I said,
mm,
that it is an exhausting process for some time, because some people are not able to get people to talk to. But now, because of technology, because of availability of different applications where you can get connected with so many other people, so it becomes quite easy. Like as I said, that it becomes exhausting at times when we simply confine ourselves to four walls and we are not interacting with others. Then it becomes quite difficult, because I face the same kind of thing. uh, like not exactly I am facing. I do have students, those who are not interacting with others. They do not go outside sometimes, so I need to push them sometimes
mm.
so that they can go out and explore themselves and talk to other. Because without talking, how can you improve your speaking? Because if you want to be a good runner, you have to run. So if you want to be a
Yes,
good speaker, you have to speak. So no hard and fast rules.
right. Exactly, exactly. And as you just mentioned beautifully, that Rome wasn't built in a day, same way. If I give my example, because as a girl, we are supposed to cook. So when we just try to roll up the chapati, it never turns to be so round in our first, or I guess for so many attempts.
Yes,
It takes time actually. So
yes.
same way, same way.
Yeah, I can
And
relate myself with that. Even I am pretty much into cooking. I love cooking, so I know how many times did I make
hmm.
those sorted chapatis.
Yes, and now with that practice and with that consistency, because being a mother, being a homemaker, now I have no choice. I have to cook, so I can roll up good round chapatis with my eyes closed, I would say. So that's
It
what
comes by
matters.
practice.
Practice.
Yes.
Hmm. Yes. So it's been said that surround yourself with English. It's a very famous thing. Everyone just suggests if you want to be a good speaker, if you want to be fluent in English, surround yourself with English. So I can tell you, I can't surround myself with English. How to surround? Because here at my place, no one speaks in this language, and it sounds very hilarious when I try to have interaction with my family members in English. We always
Yeah.
end up cracking up. That's the thing, no? So people come to me, ma'am, how to surround ourselves with English? So what should be your piece of advice?
My suggestion is quite simple. Like, nobody is going to hold you by your hand. You need to
Hmm.
come out of your comfort zones. So, at least once in a week, you need to go to those places where you find some English speaking people. If you find
Hmm.
someone and you know that that person is capable of speaking, so rather than simply holding yourself back, you need to go for at least a hi, hello, how are you? So, once you start or initiate a talk like this, there would be a response. So that's how you can initiate a talk and you can start something like this. But by sitting at home and cursing the parents or the society and
Hmm.
all the people, those who are nearby your home, we also had the same kind of problems. When I was learning, I also had the same thing. I wasn't born in a family where everybody was like speaking Queen's English, or we were born in the UK or US, nothing. So I was in a
Hmm.
family where people were not that much educated. Even in my surrounding, nobody was speaking English. Whenever I uttered any single word of English, I was mocked at. So, but I like sometime when people throw stones at you, you need to know how to make a building out of it. So that's what I
Hmm.
try to do. We need to motivate
Yes.
ourselves. No book in the world is going to motivate. If you want to have good physique, you don't hire somebody for your own push-ups.
Right.
So that's
Exactly.
what you have to do.
Hmm. Yes, and you know what? Sometimes now, because we all have phones and net, so what people do, they watch so many videos, endless videos. They are listening so
Yeah.
many things regarding English.
Mhm.
So I think it is also a little bit perplexing. We should
Yeah.
try to restrict ourselves. How much? Like there should be a limitation. Okay, because what I believe, when you just when you are just watching so many videos, you are just scrolling, so someone is coming with his or her ideas, the other one is telling you do this, do that. So it is just that we are just like, it's just the thing is we are making our journey, or this journey becomes us for a kind of can of worms. We are just um, left with that confusion what to do.
Yes.
So I think we should not watch so many videos also. There should be a kind of restriction, or we should draw that
Yeah.
line. Okay, itna hi sunna hai, that's it. Now it's time to take that action. Don't be just a passive learner, I would say.
Yes, I want to take freedom here. I want to say that. So when you are into like deciding what to watch and what not to watch, at least keep watching our videos so that you will subscribe
Yes,
to the channel and you will like the video. So
that was a smart move.
So when you think that you want to improve your communication skills, so whatever that is associated with that, like if you think that by
Hmm.
listening to the conversations you can relate yourself, or you can learn a lot of other like real life situational things,
Hmm.
or learn different vocabulary and sentence structures, so you should restrict to that. But temptation is such that you are not able to resist
Hmm.
your index finger from dragging it upwards and downwards. We keep on doing that. We are scrolling Instagram for endless
Hmm.
hours. So we should have a certain I must say that assistant, Like here comes the job of an assistant who lets you know
Mm,
when to go and where to go and what your
right.
priorities are. So you can do another thing, you can set certain alarms in your phone, so at
Mm,
every half an hour or 1 hour they are ringing and they are letting you know that you have to concentrate on this subject. So that's how you
right.
can motivate yourself. And wherever you sit in your home, that's what I do. Wherever I sit, I simply go for a pile of books. I pile all those books next to me so that I don't have to walk, because sometimes it is quite difficult to simply wake up
Mm,
or get up from our bed. Like
yes.
during winters, it is quite
Mm,
like a tedious task, or very
tedious
like
task. Right.
so indolent. We don't want to get up and go to the bed.
Mm,
We want everything's at arm's length. So
mm,
that's what I do, and I stick some sticky notes sometime here and there so that they will remind me. But now I'm quite habitual. For first 30 or 40 days, you have to do it with yourself. You need to
yes.
bind yourself, and certain rules and regulations should be there, which you have to follow. You don't simply think that no, I will follow it tomorrow or day after tomorrow.
Mm,
Procrastination is something that will definitely play tricks. So
exactly.
you have to pull the harness so that you will be
Mm.
concentrated on that particular subject that is in your
हाँ,
hand.
बिल्कुल. Exactly. And every time, don't just depend on the person in front of you, or don't just look for assistance or kind of guidance. Sometimes people ask me, ma'am, how to start, where to start, tell me where am I lagging, kind of. So I think we know ourselves better. So don't just be so dependent on the other person that
Yes,
like he or she is like
yes.
every time we
Mhm.
cannot tell you. It is like journey, it's your journey, problem is yours, so find a way. We are
Yes.
here, we can show the path, but the thing is you have to take that step,
Mm.
and you need to be a active learner instead of just giving up, and instead of just tell us the way how to go, where to go. I think you should have that courage to take that first step. Where am I lagging, what should I do, how to start, and it just depends on your work hard, your determination. I think you must be airheaded. करना है तो करना है. So
Yes, exactly.
that's it.
So
Don't look
even
for
I, yeah, I
don't
also
look for
believe the same.
outer motivation.
Yes, because
Right.
Neha knows what works for her. Gaurav
Yes.
knows what works best for him. So that's what it depends
Hmm.
from one individual to the other. So we can't
Hmm.
simply impose those ideas on others like what worked for me is going to work for you, because same
Exactly.
like
Hmm.
one shoe doesn't fit all the people. So we do have
Right.
different needs. We do have different activities to perform. Whatever that I did not know that these things are going to be helpful or fruitful in longer run,
Hmm.
but they worked. So what worked for me is not going to work for you, so you need to find those ways. You can learn few things by looking into the others, like a basket, or you just want to just go through the kind of things that they might have done in their past which were helpful for them. So you have your own way of thinking. You can discuss that with
Yes.
someone by just listening to a discussion like we are doing right now. So if you think that something is going to help you, so you can tear that page out of this discussion and simply keep
Hmm.
that in your list of priorities, rather than keeping it somewhere in the book and simply we forget that where we keep things after some time. So by just doing that, we will definitely polish our skills, because honing skills is up to you. I can't teach you how to walk. I can simply hold your finger. I can make you
Right.
walk. But you
Hmm.
have to muster some courage in order to perform in front of others. And yes, after so many failures, you will definitely enjoy that particular taste of that success. Once people
Yes.
start appreciating, because there are a number of people, those who are not able to give even introduction. So if you are able
Right.
to do that, at least you are on the right path. So other people
Yes.
might get like motivation out of it.
Exactly, exactly. And I tell you, today I was having sessions one after one. So I literally I wasn't feeling like doing anything. But then I just gave myself that pep talk. Okay,
Yeah.
let's have a session with Gaurav. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. When we procrastinate, no, then we are just inviting all the negativities.
Yes.
So instead of just putting off your stuff, I think we should always be in that
We should put
frame
our
of mind.
best foot
Hmm.
forward in order to achieve something.
Exactly.
Because even
Exactly.
I had
Exactly.
back-to-back sessions. Like this is my third session, and I had one like offline class.
Okay. I always put my phone on airplane mode
Oh,
because it
right. I should
happens.
also do that because the whole world wants me to go for their credit
Yes.
cards. They are selling credit card. They're calling me again and again. Take this
Oh.
credit card. Take that credit card. I'm sick of these calls. So yes, where were
Hmm.
we? We were talking about like you were talking about some
Uh,
pep talks.
huh. Yes. So I am pretty good at pep talks, I would say. Okay. So let's move to the next thing that is which I come across most of the time. Actually, there are some people who have that habit, maybe due to their mother tongue influence, they have that habit of pronouncing sure as sir.
Yeah,
So I literally feel little bit how to tell them, how to make them
I'll
aware of
let
this thing
I'll let you know again.
without being them, like
This is
without
something
hurting
that
their
I mostly
sentiments.
do in my offline classes. When I teach, I come
Hmm.
across this problem a lot because I have been teaching for almost 14 years. So
Hmm.
I know these nitty-gritties and those
Yes.
subtleties. So whenever somebody has a mother tongue influence or that person
Hmm.
is not able to pronounce sa and sha, so
Hmm.
what I do, I pronounce myself, then I simply observe the kind of like movements or my tongue movements or lips. So I take care of that and then I let that person know. Whenever you pronounce S sound, S is not a sound, it is a letter,
Hmm. Hmm.
alphabet. But sound
Yes.
is you need to throw air above your
Hmm.
tongue. So that is
Tongue.
say,
Yes.
sit,
Hmm.
smile. But when
Hmm.
you do the same thing below your tongue, when you blow air below your tongue, it becomes sh. Shh,
Sure. Hmm.
shh. Sit, shit, sit, shit. So that's how I make them understand, and they easily understand that. But it is very difficult to make
Okay.
them talk like that because we need to keep an eye on all the time whenever they are
Yes.
sitting in front of us. Because whenever they are at their ease, they will say the same kind of thing that they have been saying
Hmm.
for a long time, but it helps a lot. You can try this.
Okay. Yes, I'll definitely try this out. My concern is that I do not want to hurt their sentiments because maybe they can take it personally, okay, in that way. So I because I deal with the homemakers also, so they have this habit of no, they just
No, you
some
need to
are.
know.
Hmm.
You need to know how to put things forward. Like if somebody is saying, "I
Okay.
have a problem like this," so journalize that. Yeah, mostly
Hmm.
people have this kind of problem. Even I had the same kind of problem. You can say that
Hmm.
for the sake of saying.
Yes.
So they will simply think that
Okay.
now it's a very journal term. It's not something that I
Hmm.
am suffering from or I have been like subjected to. So they will understand that it's a very common problem that every learner faces, so it is not a big thing. Simply make them understand, and later on, they will simply take it easily and they might not think it otherwise.
Yes. Okay, right, right. And one more thing, the that craze for accent, adapting British accent or American accent. So, what do you think? Like, what's your take on that? I love my Indian accent. I have proper, typical Indian accent. But
Honestly,
today's,
like a lot of people say that this is my natural way of speaking. I don't know
huh,
how did I learn because I was into listening to things because nobody was there in my home or in my society or locality. So what I had to do at that time, I had to look up to those videos and other stuff which was there on the internet. So by just listening to them for endless hours, I adapt
hmm,
to that particular thing, and that's how I developed that. Now, if
hmm.
somebody says that, why are you speaking like this? Sorry, brother. Sorry, sister. I can't help
No,
because
no,
this is the
no.
way.
Yes. See, when you speak naturally. It does like I can feel that you do not have to struggle or right while speaking. I come across so many people
Yes.
who try to adapt that
Put an
accent, and
accent.
they are literally juggling
So
while
how do you feel?
speaking.
How do you feel? Because I feel
I
irritated.
just Yes, exactly. Exactly. I want to tell people, okay, if it comes naturally, good to go. But why to struggle much? Why to juggle much? Because I know if I try to, show myself and it just comes fake. It looks it
Yes.
if I right. So why to go for that
But
particular
there
thing?
are
Okay.
many people, those who are from India, from Indian
Hmm.
origin. live in the UK. So they speak the same as you are speaking and other people are speaking. So it's very
Yes.
general and common. I was talking to a lady from Australia and she was also speaking with the same kind of tone because she was raised in India. It doesn't
India.
matter because the thing is that as long as you are quite understandable and whatever that
Mm.
you are saying, it is quite clear, and the person is able to understand and comprehend that easily, so then job is done. But those accentuated or accentuated
Mm.
voice, sometimes they are putting some kind of fake accent, they call it American or British. Even I
American or
have gone
British.
through some of the lessons of this because in the UK there are hundreds of accents, like
Mm.
alone in the UK. If you go
Exactly.
to London, there are people those who speak Cockney, Welsh, or like Geordie. Caribbean accent is
Yes.
there. Indian accent is also there. So people have different ways of saying, but what
Same.
are
Mm.
they trying to say? That is like language is all about communication or communicating
Yes.
with the other person.
Expressing yourself.
Yes.
Right. Right. I know so many parents, they're just pushing their kids to adapt either British accent. And you know what happens when you just struggle, you appear as zombie. It just
Yes.
look no expression, no
I'm
that
able to understand
positive
where
body
you are
approach.
taking this right now. So I
Yeah.
came across a person, like I don't want to reveal that there was a child, and
Mhm.
I received a message from the parents that she wanted to speak to me. So I
Mm.
had a session. Even I was not able to understand because she was not opening her mouth. British accent is all about opening your
Ah,
mouth, but the parents, and she
exactly.
was not, she did not have any expressions or any kind
Mm.
of facial expressions, so I was not able to understand things. Yes, but
Right.
sometimes you have to open your mouth so that people can understand. And you call it British
Yes.
accent, you just like
British
after
accent.
some time you will develop some kind of I must say that uh, personality disorder. I must say that you will try to behave like a
Right.
British or American or a native speaker. Even the native
Yes.
speakers do not have any problem listening to somebody from India or talking to them. Even they
India.
appreciate that. So
Exactly.
we should tell
That's
them
it.
that
Hmm.
you need to learn this language rather than simply calling people and saying that, oh, you speak like this, look
Hmm.
at me, I speak British
Yes.
accent or American accent. So it should not be like this. It
Yes.
should come
Most of the
naturally.
time, yes, most of the time people do not learn this language to express themselves. They learn this language to impress other people, I believe, here in
And
India.
why
So
is it saying that if somebody listens to it? So I am not defaming anyone or I'm not like
yes,
making somebody feel in this way. So this is my genuine opinion. So I must say that you should speak whatever
yes,
accent that you want to speak, but try to be a bit more natural. And if you are neutral, so then it is quite understandable. People can relate
yes. Of
to
course,
what
we
you
are
are
not censuring anyone. It's just the thing that whenever you learn a new thing, try to be comfortable
saying.
with
Yes.
this,
Rather
right?
than becoming
The
a
rest of
like a replica
yes.
of something.
Exactly. If you're speaking, you do not have any facial expression, your body, like you do not have that positive body posture or movement. So it is just,
Yeah,
it
if there
becomes,
is an excitement, show that. If there is a certain
yes,
tinge of sadness in your tone, so it
right.
should be conveyed by those beautiful words that you are uttering. So it doesn't happen.
Exactly.
They are just quite like a robotic sounds. They sound like a robo. So that's when
Hmm.
I really lose interest, and everybody will lose.
Yes, everybody will lose. So that is it. So yes, if you have that natural thing, as I mentioned earlier, you are good to go. But don't just push yourself or your kids towards these things. First, be comfortable. Of course, it's a foreign language. I accept this, admit this fact that we are
Yeah,
acquiring a skill. It's a kind
you
of
are.
skill. We are not learning any subject. So be comfortable with this. Let this thing come as natural as you can. That's the, I guess,
Yeah,
best way.
adaptability should be there. Otherwise, that child will
Mm.
develop some kind of inferiority complex or something. Then people might not talk to that person, that he doesn't
Yes,
sound like us. So then you are alienating yourself from that
exactly.
particular group of people. So whatever that you speak, you should speak in a manner that there should be a zeal inside that I'm speaking to someone, and this is the language that I really love speaking in. So show that emotion, show that expression, and parents should
Yes,
not be so much pushy into like pushing their kids to adapt to those different kind of accents and all, because they are only
Yes.
imitating, they are not learning it properly.
Right.
Yeah, they are
Exactly.
imitating
Right.
others. So by
Imitating.
imitating others, you are not going to get mastery on that. You will become a different copy, or I must say that like a pocket friendly copy that people are able to
Yes.
afford when they are not able to get for this.
Yes, yes. Don't actually. There are people who want to, I guess, become Shashi Tharoor.
Yes, I
They
didn't
just
want to
try
use
to
the cheap.
imitate.
I did not want to use that word called cheap because a negative connotation is attached to it. So I did not come up with any
Okay.
other word. So I simply used pocket friendly. I know it should not be there. So anything else that you
Yes.
want to ask?
Yes, I just now I want to give it a twist because we have discussed so many things regarding this language. Now I want to know, Gaurav, as a human being, simple human being, Gaurav, how would you define yourself?
Like I'm an easygoing person. I simply take the life as it comes and I enjoy every moment rather than keeping things for tomorrow and living in the past. Neither I live in the
Okay.
past nor think about future. I know there is something that we need to keep an eye on, but rather
Mm-hmm.
than thinking about something which is not in our hand, we are losing on something that is called present. So I always think present is a gift. Unwrap it, enjoy it.
Okay.
So I simply go as it, like, things simply happen the way they happen. So it is up to you. Either you cry over
Hmm.
something or simply enjoy that. So I go for the second option. I enjoy doing things.
It's said it's my favorite hashtag or proverb or idiom that when life gives you lemon,
Make
make a
lemon.
lemonade and enjoy your drink. So yes.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so Gaurav as a husband.
Um, Honestly speaking, I have to be a bit dishonest here. Because
Okay.
she might listen to it. Okay, let me
Mm,
tell you. I take care of my family. I try to give them as much time as it is possible, and because I have to keep like a track of my professional life also, so I never let my professional life ruin my personal life. So
mm.
I put those things separate, which are from professional circuit, so I don't discuss those things at my home. I have a beautiful and now I must say that beautiful son, because he looks beautiful right now. Might be he'll become
Okay.
handsome later on. So I spend time with him. I play different games. So when I'm surrounded by kids, so I become a kid. When I'm in the elderly
Okay.
people, so I simply adapt to the situations, and I help my wife in every possible way, cooking sometime, not in cleaning. Another thing, I'm not very good at that, but I'm a good
Okay.
cook. I love to cook.
Okay, that's good. And Gaurav as a teacher or tutor.
Uh, I keep on adding new things to my armory, or like to my arsenal. So I keep practicing, and I simply call them. I don't call them students all the time. I simply say that you are my extended family. So I spend a lot of time with them. So I try to impart whatever the little knowledge that I have, so that they might get something in their life. So once they get something, it is quite like a satiating for me, or it gives me immense pleasure when you see somebody growing from the scratch, because
Hmm.
there were so many students, those who did not know anything, and now they are abroad or they are doing different kind of
Yes.
jobs. So I really enjoy. So as a teacher, I don't know, you should ask my students. They would be, that would be the right, like, they should be the right people to ask this question from. I don't want to beat
Oh.
my own drum.
No, it's not like beating your own drum, but yes,
Yeah,
as
I
a
can pat
tutor,
my back by saying that a great
yes.
student can be a good teacher. A bad student can be a
Hmm.
good teacher, because you know how bad you were and how bad somebody can be.
Okay, fine. So that's it. And you just gave each and every answer very nicely, I would say. And now enjoy your evening. I would specifically emphasize this, enjoy your me time.
So yeah,
And
yeah, definitely. And it's
hope to see
lovely
you
talking
soon.
to you, and a pleasure. It's always a pleasure talking to you. So looking forward to getting connected again. So
Yes,
till that time,
for
take
sure.
care. Nice talking to you.
Okay,
Bye for now.
same here. Bye bye. Good night.
Bye. Good night.